Hello everyone and welcome to another royal reading. It is late on a Sunday afternoon, early evening in fact, here in South Africa. I'm a bit late with this reading. I'm in my end of year work madness and have to squeeze in walking the dog and doing household chores and family things in and around load shedding, which has been going on for weeks here in South Africa and shows no signs of ending anytime soon. But anyway, I'm okay. My schedule is a little bit thrown at the moment, so a little bit erratic, and I do apologize for that. I have the Bosch Tarot on the table today, and I'm using it because, as it says on the back, the cards provide an opening of a window into the unconscious fears of the human being through the dreamlike and disturbing symbolism of the great Flemish painter. And I'm doing a Celtic cross today, and I'm looking at the news, according to Neil Sean, that Harry is feeling isolated, alone, and depressed. That's subconscious stuff right there, fears and all the rest of it. He's got a lot going on in his life at the moment. We had a look a few days ago at Meghan Markle's mental health, the speculation, the rumour that she was off for therapy in the light of the debacle in the UK, what was meant to be a glorious return to the UK, which turned into something somewhat different from her perspective. So I'm going to do a Celtic cross now with the Bosch Tarot, and I'm going to look at Harry and his mental health, how he's feeling, not even mental health, just his mood rather than mental health. How's he doing? And Celtic cross, we're going to look at what might be challenging him, what's going on behind the scenes, what might be worrying him. I can think of a few things, books and things like that, money worries maybe. Then we're going to look at family situations, family in the UK first, relationships with them that might be causing trouble, and then relationships back in the US and how those might be going, how those might be influencing him. So just a Celtic cross, just a look using the Bosch Tarot. And as I lay the cards out, I'll say my usual disclaimer: this is a tarot reading for entertainment purposes, or just my opinion, or just speculation. There is a disclaimer in the box below. Please read it. Please form your own opinions about Harry's mental health. And a very interesting card has come up. Let's put the other cards out of the way. It's the Moon. The Moon. If ever there was a card for fears and doubts and subconscious stuff, it's the Moon. The Moon is darkness, worry, not seeing the way forward clearly, mother issues as well. Always the Moon. Diana, of course, the Moon par excellence. As an old professor of mine used to say, par excellence. Don't know where that came from, haven't heard it for years, but anyway, stuff that's dredged up from the bottom of your subconscious, that is the Moon. So that's a very telling card. It is anxiety, it's worry, it's doubt about the path that you're on. It is all of that hidden stuff that you would be normally going to a therapist to work out, or writing in your dream journal, processing in some way. But when the Moon is in the upright position, you're really not processing it. That is the underlying energy. So there is something going on, that is for sure, according to the cards. Let's see his situation, his mood. Just generally, and we get the Seven of Swords, and that's not a good card at all. That's the running away card, the coward card, the behaving dishonorably, ghosting people, leaving them in the lurch, stealing off. It can also signify some degree of illness, the Seven of Swords. Trouble. It's a trouble card. It's one of the weakest cards of the tarot deck in terms of your energy and how you're handling things, and the desire to run away and avoid. It's an avoidance card. Let's put it like that. So his general state of being is that he's in huge amounts of avoidance, head in the sand, ostrich. He's not looking at the things he needs to be looking at. He's not facing the things he needs to be facing, and I can say that with confidence, in my opinion, because of the Moon card as the underlying energy. What are his particular challenges right now? And one day I'm going to get a nice big tarot table and have good space to do these readings. His challenge is the Two of Wands. That's his partnerships. And I'm going to start laughing, even though I'm dealing with someone who's in a bit of a pickle. It's a pickle of his own making because of his partnerships, the deals that he has made, business ventures. He has made alliances with people like Netflix that possibly he should not have made. Netflix, of course, are bringing out their next season of The Crown pretty soon, which is going to be hammering King Charles, allegedly. He has made deals with publishers, Penguin Random House, the book, that allegedly he can't pull back and sort out. We're waiting to see. It looks like it's going to hit the shelves they'll hit the shops in November. He's got problems with the deals that he's made. Big problems. What's going on behind the scenes? What's particularly worrying him right now? The wheel. The wheel is the turn, is time, and how the fates, the gods have gone against him. Let's just scooch the card up there for a bit so you can look at it. That is the wheel of fortune. He is worried about how fate has turned against him. The timing, divine timing is the wheel. The dog has come along to listen, and we've got Tess here too sleeping. So if you hear sudden barking or snoring, that's why. But he is concerned that the tide has turned against him. Everything is going against him. Even though the wheel is upright, he's being ground by the wheel of karma. He is being ground by universe under this wheel. Things have happened that were unexpected, that turned the tide, that turned things against him. That is the wheel. He is trying very hard to refocus, to get things back on track with that wheel card, to get back into that lucky patch that he thought he was on. He thought he was blessed. He thought he was untouchable, basically, in my opinion. That he was the popular one, he was the lucky one, he was the one who lived a life of enchantment, really, because no matter what he did, he was looked after and protected and sheltered from the consequences of his acts. And he wants that again. He really, really does. So what is his focus right now? And we have the five of... It's not the five of anything. It's the Hierophant in reverse. It is the five of the major arcana. The Hierophant with the Hierophant in reverse. That is the royal family. That is the Queen, the late Queen Elizabeth, who was, of course, the Hierophant. She was the Taurus. It's the Taurus major arcana card. She was the connection between church and state, which is the Hierophant. She was very in her integrity. She was about hierarchy and rules and commitment and all the rest of it. He's torn that all up. He's been the rebel. That's what the Hierophant in reverse is about. Trying to tear down the royal family. Really, a lot of resentment towards the royal family coming across on that card. She's gone. And he's very aware of that, and he is very focused on that. That's one thing. She's gone. And that's opportunity, whatever he thought he was going to get out of her, whatever protection with this wheel and everything else, that has gone. And now he's dealing with a whole other royal family. He's dealing with a new ruler, the king, his own father, who does not seem to be favorably inclined towards him. And really his malice, his resentment towards the royal family is quite serious with this card. So two things going on: the loss of a protective energy with the Queen, the Taurus, that stable influence in his life, which is no more. And then this other energy, which is quite a nasty energy, quite a sick energy of wanting to tear down the royal family, get his revenge on the royal family. So a lot going on, major arcana surrounding the heart of this reading, which his desire to bury his head in the sand and ignore the situation, the trouble he's got himself into with these deals he has made, trying to fix his fortune, but there is a problem for him with hierarchy and status, being bumped down the line of succession, all of that. There is a ton of stuff. I could write a whole chapter. I could do a whole reading on this card. the Hierophant in reverse, of what it signifies for Harry and what he's obsessed with, the loss of status, the loss of rank, all of that as well. So the recent past, how has that affected his mood? And we get the 5 of baton, which is the 5 of wands in reverse. There's been a lot of conflict and defeat, really. 5 of wands is about fighting, is about ambition, is about scratching other people's eyes out so you can get what you want. Unseemly ambition when it is in the reverse, but it is also a defeat card, a giving up the struggle, a giving up fighting. He's had to, in the recent past, he's had to make his peace, an uneasy truce with the royals in the UK so that they could all get through the funeral and all the rest of it without unseemly squabbles in public. And so he's had to do that. He's had to put down his whatever weapon he was using to bash the royals with. He's had to basically try to be peaceable, and it has gone against the grain with that card, with the 5 of wands in reverse. It hasn't been easy for him. He's so used to whinging, he's so used to hurling those bombs, those truth bombs in their direction, that it's been difficult for him to have this truce, to have to basically surrender and give up some things that he's been going for. So what's coming next in his life that's going to affect his mood? What is coming next? The 7 of wands in reverse. It's there's a lot of conflict in this reading. The 7 of wands is about taking a defensive stand, standing your ground and being able to maintain that position, feeling under attack, but being able to withstand the assaults. But when the card is in reverse, you can't. You're very vulnerable. You're very exposed. And so he is in trouble. He has got trouble coming his way. He's going to be under fire in the near future. And of course, the book. And the Wheel of Fortune, it's called me back to it. The cards sometimes do that. They say, oh, you haven't said all you need to say about me. So come back. And the Wheel of Fortune, the book, is this, the roll of the dice that he's trying to change his luck with this book. He's trying to engage with the public and get the public back on side with him. He's trying to save himself financially. There's a whole lot going on with this Wheel of Fortune with the book as well. But he is going to be under fire in the near future. It's not going to get easier for him in the near future. So whatever mood he's in now, isolated, alone, depressed, according to Neil Sean, is going to get a whole lot worse. So let's see. We're going to look at the family now. I have specified particular energy for these cards in this Celtic cross. I always do this. I rearrange the Celtic cross to suit my own purposes. Family in the UK, relationship with them. How is that going on? We've got the King of Cups, that's Dad. And William. There's an energy here, and we're going to just scooch along a bit. There is an energy here of wanting, somebody is offering him a cup of love here. The King of Cups, the King is offering him a cup of love. King Charles is offering him a cup of love and saying, let us try and mend things and heal things. I still love you. I'm your father, whatever people might think. I am your father. I love you. I'm reaching out to you. I'm holding this cup out to you. Let's make peace. Let's reconcile. There is a strong message that is coming from across the ocean towards him. Cups, of course, are oceans, emotions, feelings, reaching out, trying to connect with him. Somebody desperate to connect with him, even probably Prince William trying to connect with him. They're trying to connect with him. They're trying to solve this mess that Harry has got himself into and can't seem to get himself out of. There's constant talk now in the papers, the UK papers, about I don't know how to stop the book. What can they do? It doesn't seem like even Prince Harry can stop the book. Things like that. Those kinds of conversations are being had. There is a lot of love coming towards him. It's genuine with the King of Cups. It's heartfelt. I can feel it in my heart chakra. As I'm looking at this card, I can feel the sincerity of it, the warmth, that sort of liquid warmth that comes from your heart chakra when you're really emotionally invested in something, like you feel normally for children, for babies and for pets. It's that kind of feeling. And he's a bit of a baby and a bit of a pet, really, a bit of a pest. Let's put it that way right now. Family situation in the US, Megan. How many times has the Ten of Wands come up in recent times in my readings? This is a burden. This is such a burden, this relationship. Even the children, because I included them in this question. This is a terrible burden that he has saddled himself with. He's alone. That is my lonely card, the Ten of Wands. I always read it as somebody who's very alone, like the Hermit. But the Hermit is more of a self-examination, a deliberate retreat. This is someone struggling on their own. They've got no friends. They've got no one to help them, no one to share that load with, share that burden with, nobody to confide in. You can't trust the people around you. He can't trust the supporters around him, the business people, the PR people, the staff. He's got problems communicating with her. He's in a lot of trouble with that card. Home is not a comfortable place for him. And I'm going to be doing a reading next, if I have the time, otherwise I'll do it tomorrow, about this rumour that they are moving yet again to a place that's got golf course and sea and beach and equestrian trails and all kinds of things that look like how to make Harry happy. We're going to look at that in the next reading, as I say, if I have time today. But that's not a good card. His hopes and his fears right now. And it's hard to read these cards upside down. So we turn it around and we got the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands, there she is. But she's in reverse, Megan. She's always coming across as a Queen of Wands in these readings. She is the fire sign woman. She is the queen of all she surveys. Drama with her. He's fearing it. He is fearing it. If he says, by the way, whatever he calls her, whatever term of endearment he uses for her, I want to go back to the UK. I hate it here. I'm terribly unhappy. I'm isolated, alone and depressed, and you are in therapy, and you've got Oprah pumping out PR for you. You are pumping out PR for you. Who's on my side? I've only got Nacho and Polo, and I haven't played Polo for ages with Nacho, and I don't mean that metaphorically. Help. She's no help. She's a source of drama, a source of anxiety, rage. The Queen of Wands in reverse is a furious woman, irrational, unreasonable, unpredictable, hot-headed, tempestuous. This is the person that you have to hide from in the rabbit hutch or the chicken coop or wherever. Archie's little play shed that he's got. The chicken, you have to run away and hide because the crockery is flying after you. Very, very, very worried about what might be coming his way with her. Outcome for Harry after this reading. And we have got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. That's him. That is him, but in reverse. Earth sign Prince in reverse. Not finding his path. Path blocked. Journey coming to an end. A halt. This journey that he's on in the US is going to be stopping at some point. And it's not going his way. He is not on a path of abundance. He's not on his true path. He hasn't made the right choices. He hasn't picked the right path. And the path is going to be blocked to him. His progress is going to be halted. He is going to be stopped literally from making progress, and I have to stop and think and find a new path, find a new way forward, because this way is blocked. But it's a very negative card for him because it is his signifier for himself, the Knight of Pentacles, and that's him in reverse. That's him in his shadow element, him in reverse, impatient, frustrated, lost. It's a lost card because you're not on the right path when you get the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Money worries, not in a place of abundance, not happy, just not comfortable in his own skin. So this is not a good reading for him. Whenever do we get a good reading for him? But this is the check-in for him and his situation right now. And thank you for watching, and I will get on with the next one.